of y'all know what mean. I be went through eating up the beat, bitch. Hand me that tissue, let me clean it up and flip the game. I'm tired of being.
Hey guys, editing JG here. Before you guys take a look at this incredible interview that I have with Jackson Skillingstad, I just wanted to give a quick notice. I did create my new YouTube channel for gaming. It will be linked down in the description if you guys want to go check it out and show it some love. Without further ado, this video. All right, welcome back to the JG channel. This is my second interview today. I'll be honest, I'm exhausted as hell. So I was just talking to my boy over here, letting him know that I'm so tired. I got water with me just to help me out. We're gonna try and keep this energy as high as possible for the next hour. But please welcome Jackson Skillingstad, if I said that correctly, right?
Yeah, perfect, bro. Perfect.
Perfect. So he's also been on the channel that I've reacted to a couple times for a couple different songs. A little bit from down south, so music is definitely a little different, has a different vibe to it, and that's what music is, right? Everyone's gonna have their own sound, everyone's gonna have their own volumes and flows, and it's really cool to see, people from literally around the whole country. I've talked to people from down south, some people by New York, people by me in Illinois or Chicagoland area. So I've heard a couple people now across the seas, feels like. But today we got 11 questions for him. So basically how this is going to work, you're going to answer the questions to the best of, your ability and in detail. The better it is, just so the audience knows what the artist is thinking. Because every artist is different. So you guys all have different mindsets, different mentalities, different processes. So it's kind of a cool insight just to talk about your experiences and how things go behind the scenes. So without further ado, we're gonna start off with question 1. By the way, disclaimer: I have not read any of these questions to him. All right, and he was also told before recording, all these questions are custom written and custom created for each interviewer. All right. So, first question. Again, this is Jackson Skillingstad, previously known as Astro Jackson. I'll have his Spotify link down below, so you guys can go check out his music along with his merch. So I'll link that down below. And without further ado, question 1: who got you into recording music?
Who got me into recording music? All right. And also, it's like you said, bro. It's been a long day, so excuse my voice. I'm not trying to sound like I have a deep voice, dude. It's just been such a long day, but it's all good. I'm super excited for this. So, who got me into recording music, dude? Honestly, my whole life I've been so obsessed with music. Like my earliest memories of music probably being like, I just remember being a little kid being obsessed with Lil Wayne. Just like my earliest music memories are probably Boosie and Wayne. Just watching those music videos, just obsessed with music videos, dude. Always watching. You know how it is, people our age, like. We grew up in I feel like the best music video era ever. Like
By
the
far.
beginning of YouTube, all of that, dude,
Yeah.
And so I remember when I first started writing, I was seriously, I had just started writing, period. Like I was just always obsessed with making songs. I don't know what it was. It's going to be so crazy if the music never really, is as big as I believe it will be one day, cuz it's just all I know. I mean, it's not all I know, but it's just all something I've always done, something I'm always gonna do. I think even when I'm an old man, it's gonna be something I'm so obsessed with. And so I don't even really know. I'll tell you, the first person who ever recorded my music was a guy from my hometown named JG. And
Ironic.
man, me and him, right, crazy, bro. And me and him ended up getting pretty tight. And he taught me a lot of stuff, recorded a lot of my early music. I actually just re-released one of my albums, and I went back and put some of the songs that he had recorded of me on there. He taught me a lot, bro. He taught me a lot of the ropes. Let's that's kind of my answer with that. I know I added a little bit of my influences or whatever in there, but that's
Yeah.
just kind of I don't really know, dude. I've just always been obsessed with writing so much.
So you've just naturally had that ability to just put something on paper, and then
Yeah, bro. Ain't good
so
at much, but like we love to write. Even in English class, like before ChatGPT, I remember my teacher used to be. Do you know how teachers are our age? They're so obsessed with the rough draft and showing your work and all
oh
that.
yeah.
But dude, I never was like really a rough draft or the kind of sketch it out kind of guy. They always wanted us to put it our paragraphs and bodies and all that bullshit. Bro,
Hmm.
like I would just put the pen to the paper and just write my ass off and just go crazy, dude. Like even when we had to take the I leap and the ACT and all that bullshit, bro. I'm just all just off the dome, dude. I just love fucking writing. It just comes to me. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, I don't care. It's my
Cool,
my whole channel is not made for kids, so
cool, bro.
it don't
Cool,
matter.
cool.
It don't matter to me. That's the perk of having a channel at the beginning where it says, yeah, you click where it's not meant for kids. So
Yeah,
no
yeah.
matter what, either somebody's swearing in a song or a music video, or you got it don't fucking matter. I'll swear to it. It don't matter. Uh, but no,
In force, in force.
it's good you've always had that writing ability, because a lot of people don't start that way, right? They start with a vision, right? And they try to chase that vision and they start to write, and then they go from there. But it sounds like you've already had that ability, to put something on the paper, and then now the question became how to transfer that into music, right? How to move that into a sound, right? And put it into something that sounds harmonically good and is blended well. So it's definitely nice to have that. So that means you shouldn't have any writer's block. So if you're
Says
wasting
who?
time on music, if you're wasting time on music, I'm gonna call you and be like, hey bro, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Dude, the
Uh,
writer's block is the worst, man.
oh man, that's why like I
I
was having my last interview and I said, yeah, I'm at a point now where I had music as a hobby, right? That's not a thing that I would like fully release an album for at this point. It's more like if I'll do like a fun little feature or something, I'll do it for fun. But like an actual full album release or something, that's out of my grasp now. I'm officially, I've been a father for about a year and 4 months now, and a lot of things change. A lot of things, make my eyes widen. And I don't value anything more right now than time with my family and my son. And that's the way it should be, right? You spend the time with the people that care about you, and the people that you love. But with that being said, I ain't trying to get too sentimental here. With that being said, um, what's it called? We talked about writing here, which actually moves me to the second question. Have you found your sound?
Dude, I feel like you said, these questions are unique. I feel like the reason you're asking me this is because you know it just as well as I do that no, I have not at all. I don't. I don't know if it's. Sometimes I really feel like it's gonna take me, like, just being able to drop like 10 grand on a studio session and just live in there for a week and just go just live in there for a week. I really think that's what it's gonna take, and I just haven't had that opportunity yet. It sucks. It's so tough because the only time I ever get to record, and I'm not making excuses, fuck that, but the only time I ever get to record, I have to go, pay a lot of money for a studio session, and there's just, your every second is you're paying for it. And I believe that's good, that's great, but it's like fucking being in the NBA. I always use this analogy. It's like being in the NBA. You never get to go to practice. It's like you have no ability to really practice. You just have to go to the game and start shooting threes. Like it's kind of fucking hard. Sometimes you might hit a couple threes, but I feel like my music still has so much progression to go, just because I haven't really been able to just lock down in my own studio and just really perfect the craft, bro. But I think it's coming soon, dude. I really do. I can't really. I just gotta lock in for like a week, live in there for a week, I think.
I think what you need, what it sounds like at least, you need your own space is what you need. You need your own like little studio or something, and that was part of the reason that I know right now, not everybody watching you can't see. There's three monitors in front of me. along with my own audio interface, Audio Technica microphone, which is right here, and $1,000 computer. Uh, that took me years to put together. Right, this wasn't easy to build this setup, but now that I have it and I have the ability now, that investment has now transcended my life. Right, I'm on YouTube now, almost at 3,000 subscribers. Which thank you guys for
Baller.
counting that. We got 150 away from 3K, so that's a big milestone that I'm excited for. But it wouldn't be possible if I didn't take those sacrifices to try and build this setup, right? And I've made adjustments along the way, and it's given me the ability, where technically speaking, if I did want to record a song, I got everything here. I really don't have to move. Um, but at the same time, it's my hobby, right? It's something that I'll do here and there, for fun. But it sounds like, like I said, you have the writing ability. You need something to be able to, record it on. And for a good time, one of my other friends, he recorded his entire first album off of a iPhone microphone. That's what he did. The plug-in that you go into the iPhones and whatnot. He sat there, between GarageBand and BandLab, or Lab Band, something like that. I think it's BandLab. He
Yeah, I
went
think
back
it
and
is bad.
forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went back and forth between both of them, and he created an album off of his phone. Just recording it that way. And I'm like, no shot, dude, no shot. And I go to listen to the songs, and it's pretty damn clear. I mean, the production's not, way up there, but what it does is it gives you an ability to practice, right? What you were saying. It
Right.
gives you,
Agreed. Yeah.
the ability to hear yourself, right? Because you're spitting your bars and everything. You're like, yeah, I don't know how this is gonna sound, but when you use the little iPhone headphone jack or whatnot, and you hear it, you're like, yeah, let me try it this way, or let me back up, or delete it, redo. So I get that concept too.
Think that's genius though. Maybe I need to start if I'm gonna go to a studio session. Maybe I need to get on BandLab, and just create the song before I go.
Right. Or just toss your voice in there, just see how it sounds to you. It might be easier,
Yeah,
to see what kind of
but you do need to send me some your little setup, or not little setup, but just your setup in general, so I can kind of know which direction to go in. Start getting my own shit. I just got this computer, bro. I kid you not. I went out. This is a true story, bro. Last year, I went out and spent a lot of money and time and effort and drove a long way and got a whole studio setup, bro. I have the speakers, the mic, the everything. I'm gonna get a way better mic though, but I have everything, and I ended up buying, or no. The setup came with ProSonus Studio for like 6 months for free, dog. I kid you not. Like a week into it, a week into it, I have my computer leaned up against the wall, and I can't remember something. I jumped out of bed or something quick, and my computer just like slid and hit the floor and shattered, dog. Shattered. But I just got this one like 2 weeks ago, so I need to get back in that mode.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and especially now, because there's so many different programs and there's so many ways to make music. It's become a hell of a lot easier. I mean, I've gone through my computer right now has FL Studio. I normally don't really use it for recording. I use it for clearing up audio most of the time.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Ironically, so I'll put typically, because I know me and my dad listen to a lot of Spanish music, because I'm Hispanic and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So we'll listen to a lot of salsa, I guess you could say. And there's a lot of recordings because they're 50, 60 years old. They sound a little distorted, so I actually open FL and I clear them, so they actually sound a lot better. So
Wow. You should upload those to YouTube, bro.
I've thought about it. I've thought about it, which we actually have. I know you have no idea, but we actually have a channel for that music. And it's got like 1,500 subscribers right now, I think, like 15 or 1,600. And I never said anything because it was mainly like for me and my dad, to kind of bond and connect on that. And we just haven't really posted since. So it
The
took.
subscribers know, bro. They know now, bro.
Oh, now they know. I was technically, to an extent. I'm just gonna stay quiet because I'm not trying to get myself in trouble. That's what's gonna happen. That's what happened. But now anything nowadays, I mean, you can use FL, you can use GarageBand, you can use BandLab, you can use Pro Tunes, you can use Tully, for Jordan Lucas's stuff. So there's so many different apps and stuff that you can use now that makes it a hell of a lot easier to make music.
You
But
said
even
Joyner Lucas has his own thing?
he's got his own app. It's called Tully, so you can actually
Wow.
go in. Yeah.
Wow. On the computer?
You can use it on your phone if I'm not mistaken. It's an app. If I'm not mistaken.
That's crazy.
I mean,
I gotta check that out. That's crazy.
let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's an app. Let me see.
It's
Yeah,
like it's just ROM Zone 2.0.
yeah. It's called Tully.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
4.2
gonna have to
star
look
rating. It has let's see.
Damn.
It says play, write, and record on the same screen. So you can literally just, like I said, there's a lot of different stuff you can use. I only know this because I've been reacting to so much stuff, and I just learn stuff through the way. I mean,
Yeah, right.
I mean, Jack, we've seen each other now. Man, you seen me before 1,000 subscribers, I think. I think you've
Oh,
been
gee.
around, yeah, since I was in the hundreds, I think, when we first.
Like 5 years, 4 years now?
I've been on the channel now. Well, this channel about four or so, 3 or 4 years,
I think it was like in the beginning too.
and now we're hitting a point that I have, because everything's about numbers, people. So if you don't know, this is the way that life works and the economies work. People look at numbers. So if I'm looking at a YouTube video, 9 times out of 10, I'm looking at the subscribers. Where I'm looking at, oh, how many subscribers does this guy have? And he's got a couple hundreds, probably not a good video. Oh, this guy's got 3,000? Might be a little interesting, right? Because people look at the numbers, right? That's what they're interested in. And you don't
I agree,
realize
brother.
it.
I agree.
Yeah, you don't realize it, but that's something that, people do. But let's try and stay on track here, man. We could probably have a 4-hour conversation, knowing me and you. So let's try and stay on track here, all right? But next question, and I know a lot of the audience might not know exactly what this is, but I do, and just because I'm curious, what happened to Premium Gang?
What happened to Premium Gang? Dude, that's actually really cool. That is a really, really cool question. And so I'll just tell you where everybody's at right now. We'll start with 318 Chase. 318 Chase. He goes by Hawk. In real life, he's Hawk. Dude, Hawk just had a kid, not like a
seen
couple
that.
weeks ago.
Yeah, I seen
Yeah,
that.
just a couple weeks ago. So that's huge. Congrats to him. That's awesome. So he just works, bro. He's also turned into a boxing coach this past year.
Wow.
And he's fallen in love with boxing, dude. And I know he still loves the music, and I know he's still gonna put some out here and there, but I know his kind of mindset. Me and him are super close. Always been really, really close. And dude, I think he's such in a place right now where he's just on the grind. You know how it is, dude. Dude just had a kid,
I'm in it
works
right now.
2, 3 jobs. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
he's just tied up. And we'll go to Fame. We'll go to Fame Shakur. Same thing as always. That dude, I mean, you might not know this, but when I was growing up, he was the biggest artist in the city. Like, huge, bro. I'm talking about huge. Like I can't believe that dude didn't blow up. But it doesn't matter because he really doesn't even care about that shit. He really just, like, the only reason he was ever on in our music is because it was me asking him to do features and Hulk asking him to do features. And in reality, he only did a feature of me off the strength of Hulk. Even though me and Fame are really cool like that now, I just know that he would have never came out of retirement for I don't. But anyways, that's just really cool. Lotto, I can't really remember his rap name only because he never even really put out that much, but it was like Louisiana Lotto, I think, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yes. Something, I think that was it. I couldn't tell you where he's at, bro. I don't think anybody really has any idea, but that's still my brother. He's just super MIA, dude. Like, he doesn't have a phone. Like, he's Mr. Off the Grid. And but I do try to reach out to him every once in a while just to see what he's doing. That's my dog. And you never met Malik. Malik's huge member, huge part of Premium. And he just started his own trucking business. So there's another guy in
Wow.
Premium that doesn't make music either, and he's the truck driver, and Malik owns the trucks. So like, I mean, they're starting a trucking fleet. It's pretty badass. It's so badass, dude. And who else? Mad Max. Couldn't tell you where she's at. I have no idea, bro. She kind of flashed out on all of us back in the day, bro. But
I
you
don't
gotta think, bro.
I don't know what happened. It's just technically
You
none of my
gotta think,
business,
bro.
but
We're a bunch of instigators. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. So if you're in a group with a bunch of instigators, shit talkers, bro, like to each other, you just gotta be able to hang. Like I don't know. You
you
can't.
gotta be able to
My
deal with
thing
it.
is, you can't talk shit and not be able to take it. And
Right,
we'll just
right,
leave
right.
that at that. But whatever. It's all love though. And then who
Uh,
else was in there? Oh, Jody, bro. Jody has like 20 kids now. No, I'm just kidding. If he's gonna listen to this, he's gonna kill me. He's got like 3 or 4 though. Hell.
Jody.
But dude, I don't really think he's
Man.
been messing with the music lately, but I could definitely see him getting a little bit more settled down with all his kids and stuff and diving back into
Man.
it. Even really see Jody one day being like a killer engineer. I could easily see that.
And Jody's got some talent too on the mic.
So talented, bro. He just
Yeah,
doesn't give a shit, bro.
yeah.
That was the problem. You asked me what happened, and I really just feel like nobody really just I don't know, dude. You know how it is. They were all way older than me. And so like when I was like 18, they were like 23ish. And so I feel like by the time I was getting up to like 21 or 20ish, they were just kind of like, "All right, bro, like this music shit, I'm like 25, like it's kind of boring, like people aren't appreciating me the way they should appreciate me." And I understand that at this age. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I think it's unfortunate because there's some artists that take a long time, to finally hit that breakthrough. I know J. Cole was one of them. It took him, I think, later 20s to finally reach some kind of fame. Joyner I think he took till 32 or early 30s.
And
Joyner finally got up there.
bro, really and truly, I think we went through this phase of like Lil Pump, which I ain't gonna lie, I was a huge Lil Pump fan. I still fuck with Lil Pump. Can't wait for us to meet him one day. He's a goofball. I fuck with him, but there was that day and age where you were blowing up at 16, blowing up at 17. But
Yeah.
I think that shit is dried up, bro. I think the new age to blow up, like in kind of the lane that we're in, like I feel like I'm kind of like I don't really fuck with the hip hop scene anymore. My singing wise, but I think that like you're saying, I think that new age is 30, 32. Like that's the new prom if you ask me in
Yeah.
music.
And I
Real
mean,
shit.
it's like to an extent, you still blow, right? You still get credibility, you still get the fame, you still get the money to an extent. Yeah, it sucks that it comes later, but I mean, do you have any idea? And I know people watching have no idea how many celebrities didn't hit fame till mid 30s, early 40s. Like you just don't
Right.
know. Like there's a lot of people that have spent 20 years at least, just hitting that point where it's like, hey, I finally hit some kind of fame. My prime example is Morgan Freeman. It took him till his or like mid 40s to finally get like his
Right.
like final good movie that people actually recognize him. It just takes some time. You got to believe in yourself and keep moving and take the opportunities as they come. And that's the way you get up there. So it's just stick with it, and I know you've been sticking with it, so I ain't worried about that. I'm gonna see you around the scene for a minute, and you're gonna be still twisting my head, bro, because
I mean, we just dropped the album 2 weeks ago. You know how it is.
I know, bro, but Jack be pissing me off, bro, because he knows he can make really good bangers, but at the same time, I gotta respect the fact that you're trying something new with some other stuff. So it's like you give me you give me a run for my money, man. You really give me a run for my money. Let's move on
Yeah,
to
I need a niche down. I'm gonna agree with you on that one, brother.
I mean, it's you're still figuring it out, right? You just said you still haven't found your true sound,
Agreed. Agreed.
so give it play with it, right? Play with it. You're still you technically still haven't blown, which gives you actually even more the ability to keep showing, the different techniques and talents that you do have. So it's a curse and a blessing because it's like people are not gonna know you for one thing, and then when they do find you, they're gonna know you for a lot more than one thing. So it's a curse and a blessing. But I think it'll definitely have its perks when it comes, and I know it'll come. Same thing goes out to you. It goes out to all the people that I interview, guys. Whichever one of you blows up, all I want is my dream car. I don't care who it is. All I want is my dream car. It's a '69 blacked out Camaro. So please, if you guys could get that to me, you could keep your houses, you could keep your watches, Richard Milles. I don't care. I just want my dream car. That's it.
Word.
All right,
Word,
fair.
word.
I'm pretty fair. I'm a pretty reasonable guy. I'm a car guy. Well, now recently I've been a bike guy. I'm getting a new bike soon. So we're gonna have fun. But moving on to question 4 here. What is your music making process? Like, where do you start? Do you start at the lyrics, which I know you said you do write a lot, so I would assume you start at the lyrics. But is it more of like the beat first, the title, explain your whole song process, like when you're creating a
Yeah.
whole.
So a lot of songs have come to me just randomly, like at work. Honestly, that's where I've come up with a lot of really cool hooks, and then also a lot of really cool stuff has come to me just really my favorite place is my really my gaming chair, bro. Just sit in my gaming chair, get on my phone, and then put my beats
Oh,
on and
I just
just
got rid
listen
of
to.
mine. I was looking back. I was like, oh
Well,
shit! I just got rid of mine.
well, well, really, I don't even have a gaming chair. It's a chair just like that, office chair. But I mean, it might as well be the
It
gaming
might
chair.
as well. Might as well.
But and I just throw on beats in that mode, bro. Just sit back in that chair kinda and just relax and think about beats or think about lyrics and stuff. But I will say, back in the day, like my first album, Daydreaming, I just re-released. A lot of that music is I had a lot of open access to the studio back then, and I would just write a few words and I'd go in there and I would just ramble the rest of them. And I've realized that's some of my favorite music I ever made. So, but the reason I kind of stopped doing that is just being nervous. I don't know why, but now I'm so nervous if I feel like if I don't write my full song out, I feel like when I get to the studio, I'm not gonna have enough time because I care so much more than I cared back then. But really, back then, me not caring was just so much more just badass in my opinion. So I'm like you said, dude. I got to get my own studio. That's kind of been on my mind really heavily, and that's got to come soon, dude. Cause there's so
Yeah.
much music I want to try. Like I've got I'm looking at a keyboard, a guitar, two guitars really, and I want to start implementing that to my music. I want to start singing like classical music, bro. I've been so deep into classical lately. I'm telling you, I'm gonna put out some classical shit here coming up this year. It's gonna be dope, dude. You're gonna be like, this motherfucker is getting on my last nerves. I want to strangle him.
Oh man, I'm already
But you
like
just
that,
gotta,
man.
but bro, like you say, I love to experiment so much, dude. I'm trying to figure out how to get away from being trying to be so perfect and like crisp and clear. I'm trying to figure out how to go back to the days where like fucking uh Mick Jagger was just saying some crazy shit, making the greatest songs of all time, just on heroin, just spitting
Yeah,
stuff, bro. Just
ridiculous.
like, you know what I mean, dude?
Yeah.
He didn't write that. I mean, some of that stuff was wrote, but also a lot of that is improv. They didn't do cuts like I'm so obsessed with doing. Like, hell, I try to punch in every line. I'm trying to get away from all that, dude. It's like growing up, the way I was taught by engineers, I was always around straight rappers, never around actual instruments, always just around trap rappers. And all the engineers know to do, they always just taught me just punch in every line. That's the best thing you can do. And it sounds clear, but I'm really coming to find out, like, it's so, dude, the real talent is somebody who can press play, record, and then run, like Tupac used to do. He actually used to rap like that, I'm pretty sure. Just run the whole beat. Like,
Yeah.
my voice ain't even cut like that. I've never even tried to do that, dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to learn though. That's why I've kind of. That's kind of why I'm gonna wait a little while before I drop, and I'm just learning, bro. I'm redefining the whole way that I record music. So that's my answer.
Oh, man, I mean that's what it is. Take the time and yeah, I mean there's a lot of people, or not a lot, but there's a couple that are, they can hit that point where they could press play and they could just go. And I know unfortunately the biggest one that we lost in recent years was Juice World. He was a big one that
Dude.
an hour on the beat just keep going, and it's like, where do you see
He
that?
died and rap music died.
It's Yeah, I think he was one of the last ones standing that had a chance to, actually put a nail in the coffin and pull back this little pump, pull back this, this new garbage that's coming out. Where, I get upset, and I get upset more of the fact that it's not about quality anymore. It's about quantity, right? It's about how many songs can you put out, how many this, how many that. No, like you go back and look at, early 2000 songs or 90 songs are 4 minutes long average, on most of them. I mean, that was when music was popping, right? When we were kids, and you had freaking Lil
Right.
Wayne's 6 foot 7 foot, you had Eminem's Recovery album, you had Kanye's Graduation. Like, you had music that was actually fire, on all cylinders, right? We had the ability to see that growing up, which is nice, but we've also seen, about 2019-ish, 2020, when Little Skies came up, Little Pump came up. You had Little Uzi Vert, you had Trippy
Well,
Red.
Skies had some substance though. I feel like Skies had substance though.
Oh, he had substance. Don't get me wrong, he had substance, but he was still in that lane, to an extent of kind of just mumble, right? He found his ability to sneak in right to where I'm not gonna be super lyrical, but I'm gonna be somewhat lyrical, but I'm also gonna give you this mumble crap at the same time. Right? He found that ability, and that mixed with Fortnite so well, because how many clips did I see Little Sky's freaking song on a Fortnite clip was ridiculous. But I mean, you found your lane, right? You found your ability. But like I said, now ability is like the songs are barely a minute and a half, and it's like I feel like as an artist, you should take pride in what you do, right? You should take pride, and I personally think the industry standard for a length of a song should be at least 3 minutes. Like that's what I personally think, because
I
you
agree.
should have time to let the beat breathe, like let the beat have some time, let you do what you need to do, let people actually enjoy the song before it ends. Because I'm listening to music, I'm listening to a minute and a half song. By the time I finally get into it, it's over. So now I'm pissed off because it's like, all right, now I just got into it, but then, oh wait, there's nothing left, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating, especially when you're trying to get a pump in the gym and you want some good music. I got a whole 80s and 90s rap freaking playlist that I have to play at the gym, because those songs are 4.5, 5 minutes long. Like they're an actual, they can complete my set. Like I can, you know what I'm saying? Like they actually,
Right.
they actually do something good for me. Um, so it's a frustrating topic right now with, with the industry, and I'm glad that there's some artists that try to keep the lyricism going. They try to keep the craft alive. I know NF is one of them. He's really trying to keep the craft alive. His music is very unique. Um, that I definitely love. Underground rapper Hobson. Hobson's been trying to keep his stuff going, but
I love
he's
Hobson.
he's also freaking disappearing for a year at a time. So I don't know. I've always listened to Dax. That's my number one guy. So I listen to a lot of underground people, and it's purposeful that I do, because they actually have something to say. Like they have an actual purpose behind the track. It's not like I'm listening to Jordan Lucas flexing on 24 Hours to Live. I mean, yeah, it's cool and all. Don't get me wrong, but there's only so much you could hear. Like there's only so much of the same thing you could hear before it's just like, all right, come on, come on, just take a break. And sometimes I gotta pop up my guy, Jackson here, and I gotta listen to some of his tracks. but I can't listen to too many because I still got to react to some. So
Yeah.
this I got a long way to go. I got a spreadsheet with like 20 reactions that I have to get to. So I'm definitely behind. You know, I took a month off. I had some personal, family stuff going on. But we're back. We posted a couple videos the other day. I did start a zombies custom map channel. So that'll be fun. I like Call of Duty, and I'll be playing custom zombies. Which that channel is live. So it just went live yesterday. So we already have 11 subscribers. So please go down below, hit that subscribe. In the meantime, let's move down to question 5. And this one I'm really curious about. So I had to write it down. All right. You had a song pop up that came out of nowhere with Lacade. How did that happen? How did that happen? Because I'm looking at this guy's followers and everything. I'm like, how did Jack manage to get this man a verse? And this is, not only did he get him a verse, the song was fire. If you guys haven't heard the song, I'll link it down below. It's fire. But it's like, how in the hell did it, like, that had to have been, you must have been so happy. Like, when that came through. Oh man,
I'm about to make you laugh. So like you're about to be mind blown, bro.
Let me find out he's a cousin or something.
No. Okay, I'll never forget this, bro. This will be forever legendary. Especially when me and him both really blow, bro. It's gonna be such a fun story to tell. You get to hear it first, bro. You're the first person to ever get. I feel like this is a big story. But anyway, I'll never forget sitting in class. And sitting in class at high school, I think I was a junior. Yeah, I was a junior. Yeah, and there was a couple rappers or whatever around town, around the 318 area code. That's where we are. And I heard this like girl I knew had was in my class, and she like sent me her cousin's music. And it was a guy named Baby Russ. And I was like, and my literally all I said was like, I like it a lot. I just think he needs better recording equipment. Cause she had texted me and was like, he asked me to ask you for advice or something. Like I had somebody to give advice, but that's what he had just like made his first song, right? And obviously you know who Baby Russ is, right?
I don't think so.
Lacade.
Oh, I didn't know. Is what I'm saying. I didn't know. But you see what I said though, from a cousin. So to an extent, I was right.
To an extent, bro. So close, dude. So he was from a place called Winsboro, which was like 40 minutes, like really like 30 minutes down the road. And so listen to this though. So all I say was I like the song a lot. I just think you need better recording equipment, which was true. Like at the time, he was like recording off his phone. Hell, he didn't disagree with that. And she texted him back some shit that I said like, "Oh, you're fucking trash. Like your music sucks." And he texted me, bro. He was ready to straight up whoop my ass, bro. He was like, "I ain't gonna lie, shout out, bro," because now that I think back on this, it's pretty fucking funny. But I'm pretty sure bro was trying to fight. He was like, "Bro, fuck you. Like, call my music trash. Like I hit you up for some advice, bro. What do you?" And I was like, "Dude, obviously I had to clear the air, because I will never in my life hate on another artist. That's just not me, bro. Like, I just like to uplift other artists because I know how that shit feels to be fucking clown for putting your art out there. But so anyway, that's that, bro. And he for a long time was dropping hip hop music under Baby Russ, and he had just switched to Lacade. Like that was like probably like his second song is like Lacade, like real shit. And honest to God, bro, that it's not a country song, but I think the genre I put it in is country, and so I think it's really cool. I think that was like his first genre country song. Like it wasn't his song, it was a feature, but I still think that's so badass. And I'm not saying at all that I fucking formed that dude's career. I'm not saying that shit at not even close to that. That dude's his own person. His dad is actually a musical genius as well. And I'll never forget. I really think what blew him up, he that's my fucking brother. So like that's how I know him. That's how we know each other. That's my fucking brother, dude. I actually have two. We have two features, bro. If I'll send you the second one. I just need to re-upload that album. It was on Daydreaming 2. And whenever I swap from Astro Jackson just to Jackson, I just haven't re-uploaded that album yet. But he's on there as well. I just kept it under Baby Russ because it's not the greatest song ever on my end. Dude, it's me, 318 Chase, and LaCade. I have to send it to you, bro. I have to send it to you.
Now I'm gonna get some unreleased tracks. Is what's about to happen.
It's dope, dude. And so that's brother, man. I'll always reach out to him if I ever have questions or anything like that. He always gets back to me quickly. Like, it's my fucking dog, dude. And I'm so happy for him, and he deserves everything that he has coming to him. Like, real shit. That's my fucking dog. I think the moment he blew up, he uploaded a TikTok video. He put a fucking kiddie pool inside his living room and filled it up with water, and it went viral, dude. I feel like ever since then, he's been popping.
I'm sure he's got some kind of cash flowing around now.
I could imagine, yeah. So he sounds like the big machine. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I just pulled up his thing. He's got 1.5 million monthly. Like he's
crazy enough. That's still not my most streamed song every month. It was for a really long time, but I think right now it's All Night. That All Night song, that cover.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. I'm not gonna put it on screen because then it freaking my computer for some reason doesn't like when I switch it on screen.
I got you.
It's looks like it's the second one. It's your second most streamed song.
Yeah, it's definitely not more streamed than that song, but I think for the moment it is like the past like month, it's actually dethroned that song for the first time in like 2 years.
Oh, you got 1,500 months. Oh, so you're climbing. Your numbers are climbing.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, I'm actually doing really good numbers. I've been promoting so heavily overseas. I'm done trying to like promote my music in America, like talking about. I just been promoting the overseas, bro. And I'm telling you, all of my top countries are overseas. Bro, my number one country my number one city is South Africa, dude.
I could believe it. I mean,
and then it's like number 3 is like Switzerland, dude. That's where I want to go tour. Like, fuck, I want to go overseas and tour, bro.
That's my number one demographic because for a while I had a lot of reactions that were Nasty C, and he's South African, and I guess there's not a lot of people that really react to him or his music. So once I started doing it, I know a good bulk of my audience, I'd probably say close to 1,000 subscribers, are South African. So I know that just by looking at the YouTube video demographics that show where most of my subscribers come from, which it is so cool though because you see people like you said from Switzerland, from Russia, from China, the Philippines. Like you see a whole bunch of different people and you're like, man, like someone in the Philippines is watching me right now. Like it feels weird. It feels weird, man. It feels weird. All right, but where were we at? I'm telling you, man, we barely got question 5 and we're already 45 minutes in.
I know. I'm gonna try to hurry.
Gosh. All right, hold on. We got let's see. So you have a clothing brand. How did that come about?
All right, I'm gonna try to speed it up just a little bit. But yeah, so Chase and Luna, I've always loved clothes. Not as long as I've loved music, but not too far from that. And Chase and Luna, what does Chase and Luna mean? My envisionment of Chase and Luna, it's something I came up with myself, and it kind of started with like started with talking to Luna. I've always been obsessed with the moon, always loved the moon so much, thought it was so interesting. And one of my favorite vibes ever is just when you're on the road late at night, headed on vacation or headed to make some money or something, bro, just on the highway, on the interstate, late at night, and all you can see is just the moon, bro, and you're just chasing after it, and that's just kind of exactly what that means, exactly where that came from.
That's pretty cool. So it literally just popped up. I love the moon. Let's make a brand about it. I mean, it's just...
Swear, bro. Swear. At first, I always just used to say talking to Luna, but I changed it to chasing Luna.
I mean, you gotta find your your words and calling. I mean, I just took down my merch because I'm doing some adjusting on pricing and different things on it. But my merch right now is EYM, which is Evolve Your Mindset. So it's a lot more motivational stuff, and I know you guys will see in the upcoming months. I'll probably relaunch the store April 1st because, like I said, I'm doing maintenance on it. So I'll probably relaunch it April 1st, and probably the first thing I'll wear that you guys will see is a shirt, and it's in blaze red, and it says "Be comfortable with the uncomfortable." And I really freaking I love that quote, right? Because it puts some serious thought into your head, right? Is there better things that I could be doing? Is there better things that I could be trying to do um, that I really don't want to do? And the reality is, a lot of the successful people do exactly what that shirt says. They put themselves in a spot that they're not comfortable with, and they do it and deal with it, and they get a reward. That's what happens, right? You put yourself in that limelight. The guy I was interviewing earlier today, like 5 hours ago, same thing. I mean, he's a bit introverted, so his responses were a little bit shorter than usual, which is fine, not a big deal. But it's the principle that he just put himself right now in front of almost 3,000 people, and it's like, again, it's not easy to do, especially when you're just coming up and you're trying to get your story out and everything. It's difficult. It's definitely difficult to try and put yourself in front of people like that. I mean, for me, I luckily I got rid of stage fright when I was 16. Uh, that's because I got a job at Laser Quest, and they had me explain instructions to like 40 people. So it was I got over that stage fright real quick. So for me, walking on stage in front of like 100 people doesn't really phase me. Me talking to you guys right now doesn't really phase me. So it's kind of cool that you could get over that. But there are some people, it's tough. It's tough to put yourself in front. So just remember, if you do that, you're putting yourself in a situation that really you only have a positive outcome. I mean, that's the way that I see it. So my motto: be comfortable with the uncomfortable. But let's move on to the next question here. Oh, this is an interesting one because I know you're just talking about it. Sorry for my camera flashing. We're trying to figure it out. I know I need a new camera. I know. What genre of music would you put yourself in? So I know we were just talking about this.
Up until like just mindset wise, bro. I would always used to say alternative. Like, I don't care at all. I would say rock. I would
Rock?
say rock, bro. Swear to God.
I was thinking more of like pop country.
I could hear that, yeah. I could hear that for sure.
That's what I would say, like pop country.
Yeah. I get that, bro, but I'm telling you, I'm so far, like, all this new music I have wrote, just not recorded. And even, like, I'm telling you, this shit's not country.
Tell you,
It's just not country,
I'm
bro.
waiting
We're
on
getting away
it.
from I feel like I tried to force myself to do country. I love country music so much, and I'm from a country place. Like, I love country music. But I've just accepted the fact that I am not a country singer. Like, I have a fucking rock voice, and that's what God gave me, so I'm about to start using it, bro.
Take advantage of it, man. Take advantage of it. So you heard it here. You heard it here first. He said alternative. That's what he said. He said alternative. Where we at here? Right? Question. Where we at? 9, 8. I think 8. Let's see. What would you say is the hardest part about making a song?
Definitely what we were talking about earlier, bro. Just not having my own space, man. Like you said, 100%.
Just trying to get your studio space and have something to be able to go off of before you spend a pretty penny to get into the studio.
How else can you experiment and grow? I don't know how else you can grow. I really don't.
That's why like I said, you just play with it. I was surprised. My friend, like you said, he recorded his whole verses and albums through a freaking $30 Apple headphone. It was clear as hell, and I'm like, okay. I mean,
That's where
I
the pay
guess.
Guess where Lacade records?
I wouldn't surprise me. It works.
Fucking
It's
bedroom, bro. His bedroom.
yeah. Well, I'm in my bedroom right now.
Telling you, bro.
Yeah, I'm in my bedroom right now. This one I want to know personally. Question number 9. Why did you change? All right, so I don't know what happened, but my recording just stopped for some random reason. So if there's a cut, I apologize. But we were on question 9. Why the name change from Astro to Jackson Skillingstad?
Yeah, so obviously Jackson's my real full name. I was saying I really love having a music persona and like a name. Sometimes I still wish I had one, but I really feel like everybody was kind of starting to I just didn't like the way people were saying Astro. I don't know, bro. Something about it just got really really old to me, and everybody was just hey Astro, hey Astro. No matter where I'm at, I just hear hey Astro, and that shit got really 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 old. You know what I mean? And
It got overplayed really quick.
they got overplayed really badly, and on top of that, dude, I was Astro man like 10 years before Travis Scott was ever on that shit, bro. Like he literally dropped a Fortnite character named Astro Jack. What the fuck, dude? Do you know how that makes me feel? That makes me feel like the industry has been watching me and just trying to hush my ass, bro. They know I'm gonna fuck them up when I blow up. The industry knows it's fucked when I blow. I'm telling you, bro. Like, what kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that? There's an artist right down the road from me too. And he had proved it. Travis Scott, dead ass, stole his fucking lyrics off his song, bro. He proved it, dude. Like, and this dude's not even that big. Like, I know this guy in real life. Like, he did not make this shit up. He has no reason to.
Hell no.
I'm
Hell
telling you,
no.
these motherfuckers be stealing swag,
I
bro.
swear,
I
man.
ain't that far from.
They be doing something. I tell you, they be doing something.
What the fuck is an Astro Jack? Just explain that to me. You explain what an Astro Jack is to me, and then I'll say he didn't steal my shit.
Guys, this is crazy. We've known each other now about at least 3 years. And this is the first actual time we've actually sat here for more than probably like 5 minutes on a call.
Yeah, if that.
And, this is... Yeah, we could definitely sit here for hours. This is a problem. But at the same time, man, this video is gonna take forever to upload because it's like an hour long. But it's all right. It's all right. We do it for the people. We do it for the content. We do it for everyone that's interested in getting an artist perspective. So that's gonna definitely be cool. I gotta put a playlist for all my interviews. I gotta put them in a separate playlist. All right, we're on the very last question here. When should we expect the podcast to start? I know you talked to me about it, and I figured I'd throw that question in there just because I'm curious. Is it more like a summertime aiming thing, or?
You know what, bro? I fuck with you like that. Give me a date. Motivate me.
He said motivate him.
But give me a realistic date, though. I just got this computer. Give me a realistic date.
Realistic date. Let's see. Well, you still gotta find the right program, find the right microphone. I'm gonna say it can't be next month. That's too soon. I'm gonna say first week of I'm gonna say first week of July, or last week of June.
Okay.
Just
like
to
that.
give a extra month, so that way you're able to, and it'll be perfect because it's straight summertime. So it'll
That's
be
when the podcast will start.
yeah. So it'll be almost perfect window, I think, like late June, early July, like what the hell, 4th of July, like somewhere around there. So that'd be like a good probably like a good starting point.
That's when it'll start, then, bro.
And then we'll be rules will be reversed. He'll be asking me questions.
Definitely. You'll definitely be one of the first few.
Yeah, I know. I finally get my first interview. You know, it's crazy. I've interviewed everybody else, and I haven't been interviewed. So that's gonna be a little interesting.
It's gonna be fun, bro.
How I react under fire. I think I'll be fine. Seeing that I talk between the camera and reactions and talking to you. So I'll be fine. I'll be fine. So with that being said, I don't know why my camera keeps flickering. It's really pissing me off. But in the meantime, if you guys did like what you see here and you are new to the channel, we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We're at 143 away, 144 away. So we're getting dangerously close to 3,000. So if you're new around here, be sure to hit that like. Be sure to hit that subscribe. Jack's, Spotify, merch, and just because I want to, I'll put the Premium Gang song that I personally like in the description of the video. So you guys feel free to go down below, give him a follow, check out some of his music. Promise you won't be disappointed. But with that being said, anything else you want to add?
And no, just I greatly appreciate you giving me this opportunity, bro. It means the world. And hell yeah, I hope everybody needs to subscribe to you, like and subscribe.
You heard it here first, man. You heard it here first. I'm trying my best here. I'm trying my best. And you know what's crazy is I told myself my sub goal for this year, which I only have, how much, 9 more months to do it? About 8 or 9 more months. My sub goal for 2025 is 5K. So I'm going to be, you're going to see quite a bit of videos. You're probably going to see quite a bit of artists because I want that 5K. So
Yeah, keep pushing these, bro. These are awesome.
yeah, we're going to be doing banger after banger. The only downtime that I'm going to have is I already let the viewers know next month. Let's see, next month to about end of May, I did enroll in a real estate course. So I'm going to get my real estate license, which is nice. But you all need to know, schooling is schooling. So I'm doing what I got to do for my family. And that's what it is. So with that being said, appreciate every single one of you. Jack, it's been a pleasure. Definitely need a hat, man. Definitely need a hat. So
Definitely getting one soon.
alrighty. That being said, I'm out of here. Peace.